this is Tayra. I'm really glad to be here today. Today I have a really interesting topic that I really want to talk about. That is the impact that some touristic areas around the world have. What I'm speaking about impact is positive impact but also negative impact, specifically in three areas: the economic, the socio-cultural, and the environmental impact. I think that it's really interesting to start speaking about these topics because it's not that you can just go to that place and enjoy, but as a student of this career, I think that it's something really good that you can start to know about also the problems that the tourists have on some places. And the place that I select, I think that is a very good example about having struggles with the tourists. So what is the place that I select? The place that I select is called Maya Bay Beach, and it is located in Thailand, on South Asia. Maya Bay, it is a stunning and beautiful beach that is sheltered by 100 meters of high cliffs on the three areas of the beach. But also inside of Maya Bay, there is also other several beaches. Most of them are small or only exist on a low height. This place, it is really beautiful. It has crystal water that you can actually see everything that is under the water. It is very common that you can see a different variety of corals and also some different fishes, colorful fishes on that place. So yeah, actually it's a really good place. Maya Bay has become the main tourist attraction for the prefecture of Phi Phi, that is the place that is inside of Maya Bay, since one of the movies called The Beach was filmed there on that place on 1999. It was very popular before the movie, but since people look at that movie and it's an international movie, people who haven't heard about Phi Phi or even Maya Bay, thanks to the movie The Beach, they were interested to go and know this place. Now, some of the activities that you can do on this place are actually, and the very common activities actually are snorkeling. Some tour operators go from other parts of Thailand, such as Phuket, Phi Phi Don, and Krabi, to Phi Phi or to Maya Bay specifically to do snorkeling. Even they provide equipment to do this activity. But not only that, as I was saying, since Maya Bay is a surround of corals and different fishes and other animals, it is really common that people like to go there just to know about this type of animals and city habitats. So this place actually, it is really good. It is a place that you can really enjoy and was very popular and is still very popular. But something interesting happened with this island, with this beach, that I think that is really interesting, and this is the best example that I have about a problem with the tourists, the impact that it has. Around 2016-2018, there was starting a problem on Maya Bay that was regard of the people or the people per day that was visiting the beach. Before, this place was just visited by 300 people per day. However, every year these visits increased until on 2016 there were having more than 4,000 people visiting Maya Bay per day. It's not per year, it's per day. The thing is that Maya Bay is not a huge place. So before, this place was known as a really calm place where you can chill, where you can enjoy with your family, when you can connect one with nature. This changed a lot. If you go to the reviews, even you can see that people say that now this place looks nasty, and also that the place is not even able that someone can go and sit on their sand. Like, it is not possible. It's more people that are coming to that place, but less people that actually are enjoying that place here. And this is when I'm starting with the impact that we have about this place. One of the positive impacts that we have is actually like the great economic income to the country or for the people around the beach. So that is a great positive option that we have about this place. But what happened? Finally, the government of Thailand decided to close temporarily Maya Bay for several problems that I will speak right now on the impact that are really affecting Maya Bay. They didn't care about tourists, even if it's an economic income for the people, but they needed to close in regard for these issues. So, what was the problems here? I will start with the environmental impact that this could have on this place. One of the negative impacts that the mass tourists have on this place is what the 90% of the corals of Maya Bay were really damaged. Before, the corals were damaged on a 20-25%. That actually is also a huge amount, but was still on a lower side. But then, after they decided to close this place, they were able to see that was a 90% of damage after the investigations. But it's just not that. Some animals that were living there were not were looking for other places, were migrating from Maya Bay to other places. And also another problem that was really affecting Maya Bay and also the corals was the water pollution. And this was in regard to electric boats that were dumping chemicals into the water while they were waiting for the tourists to arrive. There were boats that were waiting for around 1 or 2 hours per day on that place just for people go to take pictures. So that was something that was really affecting that place and that create a really bad impact on the environment of Maya Bay, and that was the main reason that they decided to close. So we have the economic and positive impact about the incomes, but after they decide to close this place, one of the negative things that happened is that given the indefinite closure of the area, the tour operators were really affected because the tour operators were around Maya Bay and other parts of the beach. But since they were not able to do tours on that place, and also they were need to cancel a lot of trips, they were really affected economically. So that was one of the negative impacts that happened after closed Maya Bay. And now about the social cultural impact. from a negative perspective, because actually there is no positive perspective that I can say about Maya Bay and the situation that is happening right now, is the masters and also the loss of the identity of this place in regards of the arrival of foreigners on this area. Like, there was a lot of people coming there, that there was the main reason that they needed to close this place. Another thing that happened, or that is happening, is that since they needed to, or the tour operators needed to close these trips or cancel these trips, they are looking for other places to go. But also the government is afraid that going to other places to do or to continue tourism, also instead of just affecting Maya Bay, they can affect other protective areas that they have surround Maya Bay. But it's not all of bad. Another positive impact that right now we are having from Maya Bay is actually that after the closure of this place, the corals show an improvement, and they are actually, going back as they were. And also the animals are returning to their habitat. So yeah, it is something bad for the tourists, but I think that it's really good for nature. Something that I really like about how the Thailand government is doing this is because Thailand is actually a place that lives for tourists. There is not just Maya Bay, there is a lot of other places that Thailand lives for tourists, but the thing that they are actually taking care about the natural areas that they have is something really important, because it's not on Thailand, it's on other places around the world that have the same issue due to the mass tourism. Now, since we already talked about the impact that we have here, what is going to happen in the future? Actually, we don't know. They are still closing this place, and once the corals are not in this 90% damage, they are going to try to open again this place, but they are doing investigators to see actually how many people can go there. Because even when there was like around 1,000 people, there were a lot. So actually they are doing wild investigations to make sure how many people can go and can do trips on Maya Bay. So yeah, actually that is all the things that I can say about Maya Bay and all the impacts that they have on this place. I hope that you enjoyed the video, and if there are any doubts, you can contact me back, okay? Thank you. Bye bye.